We'll look at the management of the Anypoint platform. There is one console that runs across all of the different deployment targets of the Anypoint platform, whether you're running in CloudHub or iPaaS offering in one of the private clouds or on-prem. And when you're running in CloudHub or using Runtime Fabric in one of the private clouds, we can support auto-scaling. Key part of the runtime is a self-tuning runtime built on Project Reactor. So this is a non-blocking runtime that operates in a task-oriented execution model, and the engine itself is making tuning decisions based on the signature of the flows and the actions that are being taken within those flows. So each component executes on its own thread pool, which it is tuned for, and that eliminates the need for you to actually have to go in and tune. Now, you can still go in and manually tune if you need to, but in large part, you should not need to do that. The event processors themselves, like Salesforce connector, database connector, transform message, are actually categorized into different profiles. There's a CPU light profile, a blocking I/O profile, and a CPU intensive profile. And the engine itself is leveraging those profiles to ensure the best performance possible. Now, when we think about deploying, we've talked about how we have the control plane of the Anypoint platform, and we have the runtime plane for the Anypoint platform, and then we're leveraging the various runtime environments to be able to deploy those applications. The actual deployment of those and management of those applications is handled through Runtime Manager. And in Runtime Manager is where I'll see what application file is loaded and be able to load another one. I can also do all this from a CI/CD process, by the way. I can see when was it last updated, the URL for the application, which version of the runtime am I using. I can go in and choose which region I'm running in. If I'm deploying to CloudHub, how many workers I am leveraging, and what size are those workers. So the worker size is really how much memory do you need. The number of workers is how many instances do I need. And as long as I have more than one worker, I have an HA compliant deployment of my application. When you choose more than one worker, we actually have a load balancer sitting in front of all of this, that as you add multiple workers, you don't have to worry about changing your application. The built-in load balancer takes care of routing the traffic accordingly. And the same thing occurs when I'm looking at deploying into Runtime Fabric. In this case, we have a Runtime Fabric set up in Azure, and we're able to control, again, the runtime version, the number of replicas or the number of workers, as well as the core and memory sizes that we're choosing to allocate for that specific application that's getting deployed. So when you're deploying into our Runtime Fabric in your own private cloud or CloudHub, the management of the platform is significantly reduced. If you're deploying on-prem, then you've got, and applying just in standalone runtimes, you do need to provide a little further management, but most customers today are leveraging Runtime Fabric and CloudHub as the platforms of choice for their deployments.